Mr. Massara.
Hearing to you.
We are the students of Ipsialetti and are carrying out an training project on the pizza business across Europe with partners from Hungary, Bulgaria, Portugal, Romania, Turkey and Russia.
It's very interesting.
Yes. Thank you for accepting to be interviewed on your pizzeria business. So, how did you come up with the idea of opening up a pizzeria?
With a great interest of my area. So I wanted to develop a little bit the area in 1986. That's when I started. And I did start it with a restaurant pizzeria, both connected. So to give us the chance, the people of the territory, to have both restaurant and pizza. Otherwise, the pizzeria would be too little or not enough. So that I preferred to open it both together.
Have you made any marketing research?
Yes, I did. At the time, there was a very few pizzeria around. There was one in Policoro, which was the only one in the area, and the other one was in Intervista, but that means one was about 12 kilometers away from here, the other one was about 30 kilometers away. So I thought this was the right place to open a pizzeria.
Did you have any previous experience in the pizza business?
No, not in pizza business, but I had a great experience in the restaurant business. So because I had experience in the restaurant business, I thought at the time that my area wasn't ready enough to understand me only with my restaurant business. So that was the reason why I had to put together the pizza as well.
Thank you. What kind of funds have you had to open up your business?
Very little. But I started with a great difficulty, but I managed thanks to my experience. Everything I done gradually, step by step. So that was a success.
What's the bureaucratic procedure you had to go through to start the pizzeria?
The bureaucracy was very, very fast. Maybe I was very fortunate, I don't know. But at that time, 86, I was able to open my restaurant within 3 months. Within 3 months, I had already the diploma from Castrovillari, so I didn't have to do any exam because it was enough. My experience was enough, what I had abroad. So I really just have to present it, a formula to the town hall, to the health people, and within 3 months I had everything ready.
What profile do you expect from your employees?
I do expect a lot.
What type of contract did you set up with your staff?
With my staff. The kind of contract, it was what you call an indeterminate contract.
Okay. Is it very expensive to open and maintain a pizzeria?
No, it's not very expensive, but it can be very expensive if you don't plan it correctly.
How much do you spend on ingredients, human resources, electricity, gas, water, advertisements a year?
Okay, I should think in a second, because as I got everything connected with the restaurant, I never done exactly one part and the other. But I can tell you roughly, I would say I spend on stuff about 20,000 a year, about another stuff, 20,000 for stuff. I would say about 40,000 for ingredients, more or less.
What kind of advertisement do you use?
The publicity that I do for it, it's by leaflets or a little bit by radio.
How do you usually attract your customers?
The attraction of the customer is to be standard with them, to be polite, and to be competitive with prices.
Have you got a special slogan to promote your pizzas?
Well, our slogan is, come, try, and talk about it.
Okay. Did you pay any special attention to the setting of your pizzeria?
Yes, of course, like every pizza, you must have attention. The way the oven is done, you have to make sure that the person is not working with the back to the oven. We do have a wood oven, so it's the mouth open all the time from the oven. On the side we have the ingredients. On the one fridge we have the other parts of the other fridge. It's
okay. How important is it for the success of a place?
Well, I said before, the standard is very important, and if you can keep the standard all the time, that is one key of success.
In what period of the year do you have a greater number of customers?
Obviously, this year is August. In August.
Okay. Do you have a takeaway?
Yes, we do.
Have you ever had a bad business time?
Yes, like every business, they do have a bad business time. We come across that too, and greatly we overcome to it.
Okay. What is the strategy to keep a steady clientele?
A steady client, it's to apart to the polite and the price that has to be competitive, and also not to make the customer feel an outsider, make the customer to feel at home. So you have to be with your strategy, you have to understand the person really what wants to hear. Sometimes maybe have to talk about his wife or his children or his school or his career. So important that you have a sort of conversation with the person. Don't leave the customer there, just bring the plate on the front of it and then forget it. Bring the bill, just trying to have some conversation, because most of the time the people, they're not going out only for food, because nowadays nobody needs food, but also they go out to have a different evening, just to have a little bit more experience, to have something in their mind, and to have a good idea of you. If you can get their trust, so you're lucky. You're lucky because they have a good idea of you, and you'll be on the top of their tongue all the time.
So. Name 5 things that one should do or take into consideration opening up a pizzeria, and 5 things he should never do.
Well, first of all, to open a pizzeria, you must have a clear idea what kind of standard you want to give. If you open a pizzeria, if it was going to be upscale, middle scale, or popular, or economic, according to this, you must do your strategy. If you're doing a popular pizzeria, you don't need to get 200-pound chairs. Or if you need a popular pizzeria, so you get a pine chair. That's the second thing. The third thing, make sure your pizza man is a professional. Don't put anyone behind there to do the pizza. Somebody who knows what he's doing. 4 things, you must have always fresh ingredients or good ingredients. Even if it's thin, you must have good ingredients. And then let's put the 5th things, luck. Luck to everybody. Because you need luck. If you have no luck, you can do everything.
Thank you.
I would add another thing, that the location is most important. The location maybe would be number 1.